My name is Jairus Makambi, the founder, director of Cheery Children Educational Centre, a small school in Kibera, Slum. But we are not looking at our smallness, but we have a big vision, a big mind for changing lives in this area.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Jairus, I'd like to ask you, what is your background?
My background is I was born in western part of Kenya, the only son in a family of 7.
Wow.
And I grew up in western Kenya struggling with life. So when I finished my 4th form, I moved to Nairobi to look for a job. And since I had no relative to depend on, I landed in Kibera in the year 1992. When I landed in Kibera in search of a job. Then I stayed in Kibera and I still stay in Kibera up to now.
Wonderful. That is great. So I would like to ask you, why and when did you start Cheery Children's Education Centre?
Cheery School has a long history. I got married to a teacher. My wife is a teacher.
Wow.
I'm not a professional teacher. I do a different thing. So when I got married to a teacher, he was working for a certain school here in Kibera. But I looked at the way he was doing things and what I was feeling in my spirit. So one day, she was fired from her workplace. And then when I was praying, I felt in my heart that we need to do something more to help the children of Kibera. So I talked to her. She was not willing to start a school. That thing was not in her mind. So it was typically my idea. But I convinced her at one point, she accepted that we can start a school. Why we started the school is, for the better part, I was in Kibera. I saw many children walking around, not going to school. The reason is they had no school fees. Another thing is they don't have stationaries, books, what they can use in school. So I told my wife, we can do something. By God's grace, let's launch into the deep and see what God can do. So September 2009, we started Cheery. We had only 3 children. How we got the children is only God who knows. We talked to a parent who had two children, and then another person gave us 1. So we started with 2 children. I was the sole sponsor of the school. I did advertisement. I prepared posters. I put the posters all over Kibera, telling people a school is coming up, Cheery Children Educational Centre. And then I bought some desks. I prepared some writing materials, board. I prepared the board. I bought the chalks, and I told my wife we are good to go. That was September 2009. And before the end of that year, we had a population of 30 students, from 3 to 30.
Wow.
And we thank God.
Amen. If I may ask, how did you get the property?
Now, this property, we started in a church.
Okay.
The church, we are on top of a building.
Okay.
Downwards was the church.
All right.
This church is where we fellowship. We used to fellowship. So I talked to the pastor of the church and told him, Pastor, give us this hall. We use it during weekdays as a school. Sunday, it will be a church. And the pastor accepted. So in that hall, we were in the hall for some time. The hall became full with a lot of children. And now we were teaching differently. Let's say a grade, 1 grade will sit facing south, another grade will sit facing north, like that. So the teachers could see what another teacher is teaching in that other class, but in the same hall. And then through that, I came connected to online platform. And then we developed from there.
Oh, wonderful. Great. Can you tell us stories about the schools or educators you connected with via technology?
Yeah, that was the turning point of my school, connection via technology. I opened a LinkedIn account where I registered as my name, and the founder, director of Cheery Children Educational Centre. Through that, a friend read my profile and connected with me. He wrote me a message. He said, I see you in Kibera, you are dealing with children, I'm also dealing with children. Then from there we connected. I connected with that lady. We built a relationship with the lady via LinkedIn. At one point, he introduced us to Skype in Classroom. Skype in Classroom is a facility developed by Microsoft. So he showed us how to register in Skype in Classroom. It's a link where you register your school. You invite people to learn from you. So I registered Cheery and said, learn Kenyan language, Swahili. So anybody coming to that link, he could see learn Kenyan language, Swahili, and they request for us to teach them. So I got so many requests through that link. And I remember the year between 2013 to 2014, we Skyped with more than 100 schools.
Wow.
To be specific, 150 schools
Wow.
all over the world, learning Swahili language, our nation. So through that learning, then I got connected to so many schools, and that's how we came to where we are.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
How did the kids react?
The kids obviously are excited, meeting children from a different culture, meeting children who have a different skin color. The children got excited. They thought maybe we are different, but after Skyping and interacting, we just find that we are the same. We all have the same blood, red blood. The skin might be different, but we are all human.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. If I can take you back a little bit, how did you find your first 3 kids? Do you remember how you got them?
This first kids, I remember, is a member of the church
Okay.
who gave us the first 2 kids.
All right.
He believed in what we wanted to do. And since his children were not going to school, and they were old, by the way.
Wow.
They were around 7 years. Another one was around 8.
Wow.
So they were not going to school. And then we told her, bring the children, we will teach them for free.
Wow.
So long as they know how to read and write. And these children right now, they're in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful story.
Yeah.
Great. What are the main, or what were your main obstacles then?
Main obstacles is to plug into the education world, the education community. To get people who can believe in you and trust that you can really teach their children. It became a challenge. So you have really to talk to parents, to share with them what you think is best for their children, and then they bring their children. Then the obstacle was I was now the only sponsor of the school. I had to feed my family at the same time take care of the school. You see, so I have to balance my finances.
Okay.
I did find it difficult, but by God's grace we managed to move through it. And that's why we are here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I may ask, how many children, do you know how many children in Kibera who actually don't go to school? The number, do you have?
I don't have specific numbers, but I know it's quite a huge number that don't go to school. Even if you walk outside right now, you'll meet so many children just walking around. Some of them are working as chokoras. You will see them taking things so that they can go and sell. So there is quite a percentage of children who are not going to school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay. How were your efforts taken by the community?
My efforts were appreciated. They were really appreciated by the community. They saw what we are doing. And that appreciation, the end result is the number of children that came to be enrolled at our school. Yeah. I'm not proud to say, but I can say it. We are the only school here that has the highest population in this area.
Wow.
The highest population. Some schools have only a half of what we have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. What is your vision?
My vision is just to help children. I always say to tap the potential and the knowledge in these children. They are talented, they have the potential. They need somebody to tap into that potential and the knowledge they have to make them to be productive, not only to their families, but also to this nation and the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your mission?
My mission is to help so many children, to make children to make Cheery to be a beacon of hope.
Great.
A beacon of hope to the hopeless.
Great.
Yeah. So Cheery has to be a beacon of hope. Any child coming here, he has to have hope that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Wonderful. Yeah.
So how do you balance school, family life, and work?
It's challenging. I'm a father of 3 boys.
Wow.
And it's challenging balancing family and school. But what I do, I always try to match. I wake up very early in the morning. By 5:30, you'll find me here at school.
Wow.
I will do school work up to around 7, and then I'll move to my workplace.
Oh, great.
I do my work where I'm employed, where I get my daily break, up to 4. I come back to Cheery.
Wow.
I'll stay here doing school work up to 7, then I retire to my home.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So
Great.
that has been my routine since 2009.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. You have one computer. How do you manage to connect the class online?
One computer, I thank God, a friend of mine bought for us a screen.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a screen here. So,
Oh, great.
And then I have a projector.
Oh, great.
These things I got them from friends. So what we do, we project.
Okay.
We use that one computer to project any lessons that we have.
Oh, wonderful.
Children are able to learn and see what is happening.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay.